You know it's a bad day when it just starts off like this. Like seriously, look at that thing. It's deeper than it looks. What up, YouTube? Or people? Or whatever I call you these days. You know who this is. I gotta tell you about yesterday, man. Okay, so I come into work, it's normal, and then I cut my finger. What the hell? Morning's over. Morning's not really that important, other than the fact that I cut my finger and it's really deep and it hurts even now. Alright? And on top of that though, when I cut my finger, I signed a paper that said if I cut my finger, I'm gonna be terminated. Which means fired. So I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to my boss. I'm not gonna hide it from him. Dude, I cut my finger. He's like, really? You cut your finger at home? And I was like, yeah, I cut my finger at home. So yeah, my boss is cool, is the whole point of that story. And my finger hurts. So anyway, moving on. I go to school. I also have to come back for a meeting later on. So there's that. And so that you were really close to my face. You like being this close? Anyway, where was I going? God, I gotta start talking straight. Or whatever. Making sense here. My arm got tired. Okay, yeah, so I'm at school. I'm at school, you know, the usual. I'm really freaking tired and I haven't eaten all day. And I kinda only ate once yesterday. So, yeah, I'm at school. 4-hour class. I'm gonna have to leave an hour early, so 3-hour class. We're sitting there watching a 3-hour movie. It's boring. It's hell. Boring as hell. If hell is boring, it is as boring as that. So yeah, I'm sitting through the class, and then I normally don't like to talk about this topic. I don't want to talk about girls to people, but you know, there's this girl in class. I like her, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm like, you know what, man? It's in between the break for class. They give us a break because the class is so long. But I'm about to leave after the break. So I'm like, you know, she's right there getting her food all by herself. You just go there and you do something. You do, what do they call it? Spit game. So, yeah. So I'm like, that's your chance. Go do it. It sounded dirty. But go. I didn't do anything. You know what I did? I went. I left. I went to the meeting. I was like, one part of my mind was like, do it. Go, it's your chance. The other part of my mind's like, ah! And I listened to, ah! And I left. Why did I reach all the way around like that? Why didn't I just switch hands? It says, ah! Do it. He gets very silent after a while. So yeah, I just left. I just grabbed my bags, threw them on, and then just left. Which was, Anyway, so then I come to work now. Now I'm at work, and my boss is telling me that his boss is there, the lady that owns the whole area of the bakery. And so he's like, do not let her know that you cut your finger at work. You gotta say that you cut it at home. So I am like, yes, sir. I cut my finger at home. So the whole time I'm just sitting there in an interview. What was that noise? Oh, it's my cell phone. One moment. Hey, somebody texted me a really long text. I got called awesome. Anyway, that was a really long text. I'll text him back later. Where was I at? So yeah, I can't tell the lady that my finger is cut, and my boss, he's all like, yeah, don't let her know, you know, because she will make sure that you get fired. So I'm like, alright then. Now I have to lie. Before, I was like, you know, I don't want to lie to this dude. I don't want to lie to anybody. But you know what? If they know that I cut my finger, I'm gonna get fired and he's gonna get a warning, and the next time they find out about somebody cutting their finger, that person's gonna get fired and he's gonna get fired. He gets a warning, then fired. So, you know, we don't want him to get fired. So, for the sake of him, I have to lie. So, I'm in the interview, covering the hell out of that Band-Aid on my finger, my hand like this all the time, turning pages like that, because I have one hand as my resting hand because I'm super tired and hungry in that interview, which went on way too long, or meeting, sorry, it was a group meeting, not an interview, and so it went on way too damn long, and I had to cover my hand the whole time, and so finally she sees the Band-Aid on my finger, and she's like, so what happened? And I was like, like the whole time, like finally, I'm like, shut up and talk, which I don't know how that makes sense, but I said it in my head, and it like made me like, I gotta say words now, and I just said it. I cut my finger at home. Thank God I said it, because I swear I felt like I was gonna say I cut my finger at work. But I was like, I cut my finger at home. You know, I was opening up a can, and then and it got pretty scary because I was like really good at lying. And I was like, this is why I don't like lying. I'm so good at it. It scares the hell out of me. Sometimes I believe my lies. I was like, yeah, I did cut my finger on that can at home. I hate beans. Wait a second. That didn't happen. But yeah, so she bought it. And it worked. And then it was nighttime. You know, normally on Thursdays, I don't get a ride from my parents because I get to ride the bus home in the daytime. But if it's after 7:30, I get a ride from my parents because the buses have stopped, and I don't like riding around at nighttime in Minneapolis. You may not think it, but you know what? People here are scary at night. Like, seriously. You know, I know I'm a big dude, and I know I'm a black guy, and I'm scary too, but still, people are scary at night. So, it's about 6 o'clock, which means I can ride the bus at home, but it's still dark as hell. So it means it's that perfect moment where either I poop myself or I get stabbed. Either way, I got home safely, freezing my ass off because every single bus that I had to take home that was mine was the buses that were late. Which is that how buses are supposed to work? Whichever bus you're taking is the one that has to be late. Like, all the other buses were on time. Some of them were even early. You know, it was like all the buses I had to take though were late. I hate that. Anyway, so yeah, that was this whole day of yesterday. Today, I am going to see if I have the car and if my parents actually did go to Ohio. So I've been like sweet talking my mom. The keys are sitting right there, but if I take the car, I know they're gonna go crazy. So I have to take the car when they leave to Ohio. Anyway, all another story for another vlog. Peace. And I almost fell backwards. Bye.